When your last breath arrives, grammar can do nothing. When our false perception is corrected, misery ends also. When the great reality is not known, the study of the scriptures is fruitless. When the great reality is known, the study of the scriptures is also fruitless. Let my idle chatter be the muttering of prayer, my every manual movement the execution of ritual gesture, my walking a ceremonial circumambulation, my eating and other acts the rite of sacrifice, my lying down prostration in worship, my every pleasure enjoyed with dedication of myself. Let whatever activity is mine be some form of worship of you. You never identify yourself with the shadow cast by your body, or with its reflection, or with the body you see in a dream or in your imagination. Therefore you should not identify yourself with this living body, either. Like the appearance of silver in mother of pearl, the world seems real until the self, the underlying reality, is realized. Who but the Atman is capable of removing the bonds of ignorance, passion, and self-interested action? Having read all the sastras and well grounded in them, they grow conceited that they are all-knowing, accomplished and worthy of respect. Filled with love and hate they presume themselves respectable. They are only pack-asses esteemed for carrying heavy loads over long distances in difficult and tortuous ways. Where renunciation and longing for liberation are weak, tranquility and the other virtues are a mere appearance, like the mirage in the desert. Yielding to the power of ridges, he identifies himself with the many motions and changes of the mind. Therefore he is swept hither and thither, now rising, now sinking, in the boundless ocean of birth and death, whose waters are full of the poison of sense objects. This is indeed a miserable fate. Sickness is not cured by saying, medicine, but by drinking it. At peace like a fuelless fire. The soul appears to be finite because of ignorance. When ignorance is destroyed, the self which does not admit of any multiplicity truly reveals itself, by itself, like the sun when the clouds pass away. By fulfilling his dharma, a man marches along the path of progress, until he attains the supreme dharma of all beings, namely, the realization of truth. For he who grasps the unreal is bound. Mark this, my companion. Who is more self-deluded than he who is careless of his own welfare, after gaining a hard-won human birth, and manhood too? Do not be proud of wealth, people, relations, and friends, or youth. All these are snatched by time, in the blink of an eye. Giving up this illusory world, know and attain the supreme. The world, like a dream full of attachments and aversions, seems real, until the awakening. Do not look at anybody in terms of friend or foe. brother or cousin, do not fritter away your mental energies in thoughts of friendship or enmity. Seeking the self everywhere, be amiable and equal-minded towards all, treating all alike. Knowing that I am different from the body, I need not neglect the body. It is a vehicle that I use to transact with the world. It is the temple which houses the pure self within. Curb your senses and your mind, and see the Lord within your heart. As gold purified in a furnace loses its impurities, and achieves its own true nature, the mind gets rid of the impurities of the attributes of delusion, attachment, and purity, through meditation, and attains reality. Loud speech, profusion of words, and possessing skillfulness in expounding scriptures, are merely for the enjoyment of the learned. They do not lead to liberation. To be free from bondage, the wise person must practice discrimination between oneself and the ego self. By that alone you will become full of joy, recognizing self as pure being, consciousness, and bliss. Give up identification with this mass of flesh, as well as with what thinks it a mass. Both are intellectual imaginations. Recognize your true self as undifferentiated awareness, unaffected by time, past, present, or future, and enter peace. The treasure I have found cannot be described in words, the mind cannot conceive of it.